Well, this project of cycling across Europe is actually the confluence of at least two dreams. Dream to one day, cycle across Europe, and the other dream was to one day dedicate a personal project to the idea of Europe. So when Vladimir Putin launched his full-scale invasion of Ukraine, something clicked in me and I thought, okay, now it's time to go. I'm Stephane Faure, a freelance journalist. I cycled across Europe to speak to young voters, and between us, they give me hope for the future because they haven't given up on building a better Europe. Well, I started in Kyiv, in the Ukrainian capital, on the first day of spring 2023. I spent a week at the beginning of the war, and then I started cycling west. In every village that I went through, in every cemetery that I cycled by, I saw graves, fresh graves. From Kyiv, I cycled through Western Ukraine, and then Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovakia again, then Austria, Czech Republic, Germany, France, Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands, England, and finally Scotland. So all in all, it's a little more than 4,000 kilometers. It's not in one country specifically that the youth outlook surprised me. It's in a group of countries, and that is in Central and Eastern Europe. I was very surprised because there the young generation is very aware of what freedom means, of what fighting for peace means. It's a generation that I think is more politically involved than in the West. In the West, young people tend to take peace for granted, tend to take their belonging to the European Union for granted. We saw it during the Brexit referendum of 2016. The young generation didn't mobilize, and therefore the country left the EU. And so what I saw there was very promising because they understand the value of democracy. They understand the privilege it is to live in a democratic country, and they will do everything they can to protect it. The main political issues that young people have brought up when I met them was climate change. It is the issue that scares them the most. It is a generational concern, an existential one even. There is also the fear of Russia. That's especially true in Central and Eastern Europe. There is also a strong urge to build a big European welfare state. That's something that I heard pretty much everywhere. A welfare state that leaves no one behind and that enables us, Europeans, to live at peace. At the end of the journey, after cycling across Europe for 3 months and meeting young people everywhere, the general feeling I have is one of hope and optimism. And why is that? Is because when I used to conduct those interviews, I always asked the same question. Can you give me 3 words to define your ideal society? And what came out the most was freedom, openness, and ecology. And for me, that's ground for optimism. Because despite the present times being heavy, the future looking quite grim, the young generation hasn't given up on their dreams of building a better Europe and a better world.